So I'm doing this video today because I'm selling these houses. We talk about the outside, we talk about the appliances, but what we don't do is talk about how do you keep your appliances clean. Well, I'm going to tell you that if I can show you inside here, this is my personal oven, and inside you'll see that I cooked something yesterday and it spilled all over the inside of my oven. So I did some homework and I did some YouTube stuff, and I've decided to share this with you today. And what the directions are is, apparently we just vacuum out all the stuff that's in here. You can see I tied the, what do you call this thing?
The rack.
The coil. I tied the coil up to get it out of the way, because you don't want to spill anything on there if you don't have to. And you kind of scrub all of this extra stuff off. You just kind of scrub all of this stuff off if you can. I guess you're not supposed to use anything too abrasive. And yes, I do have a self-oven or self-cleaning oven, and some of you are going to probably send me some kind of nasty remarks. Just use the self-cleaning oven. I'm just going to tell you that it takes forever and it smells really bad. So I'm choosing to do it this way because I want to test the new way that I heard that was supposed to be phenomenal. And that's simple ingredients. It's all natural and it's supposed to be really quick. Whether or not it is, we're going to find out. So I did that what the video told me to do, and now I'm taking just the Arm & Hammer baking soda, and I'm going to put some in a bowl, and I'm going to make a paste. The other ingredient you're going to have is vinegar, white vinegar. So this is going to be interesting. And one of the things the video said that I watched was make sure that you don't use all three ingredients, your baking soda, your white vinegar, and your water together. You're supposed to make a nice little paste. Oops, I don't know if that's going to be good. I don't think that's going to work. So I'm going to add some more to make a paste. Okay. Probably put both gloves on. I'm going to kind of smear it in there. And it's still really, really soupy. Do you want to come over here and just show them what I'm looking at here? See, really soupy. That's not what we want. We want a nice paste. So as I'm using up this entire thing, I would say start with little water, obviously, to start, and don't do this the way that I've done it, because you won't get a paste. So in fact, I'm gonna get rid of that a little bit. It's getting a little pastier. Maybe a little more. Okay. I think that's too soupy still. It's not look like in the video, so want to come and see what this looks like over here? So can you zoom in to this? Looks like it's getting a little better. Do you agree?
I do.
I recruited my husband, who doesn't love to do videos with me, so in case you're wondering who I'm talking to. All right, so now the instruction is to literally, I think that's good. Maybe a little more actually. A little bit more in there. Mix it. So zoom in just, oops. So that's kind of what it's gonna look like. All right. Now I'm going to do a little bit of oven magic, I hope. Can you zoom in here and see? You can use the zoom button. Yes, my husband's not an avid of phones, so bear with us here. Do you see the zoom button, honey?
It's zooming in and out, yes.
Okay.
We're good. We're in a good place right now.
We're good?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, because this is really gross. And again, just so you guys know, this isn't usually what my oven looks like. This is just an outcome of a situation with a pizza from last night, frozen pizza. All right, so smearing that on there, nice. And then that's supposed to sit on here, I guess, for 15 minutes or so, but I'm not going to waste all of your time during that 15 minutes, and I'm gonna probably leave it on. I have an errand to run, business errand, so I'm going to leave it here while I go check on a listing that I have and the results of an inspection. So I'm going to leave it right here and then come back when I'm done. I'm guessing they said 15 to 20 minutes, but I'm going to have to give it about an hour while it sits there, and we'll come back and see what the results are. Well, actually, we have to wash it down with another ingredient first, but then we'll see what the results are. All right, see you later. Okay, we're back, and it's been a couple of hours. I just put a little bit of stuff on here too, just to give me some kind of inclination whether or not it was ready. And it looks like it's ready to be scraped off. I didn't do this whole thing because I'll get back to it later, but I wanted to share that with you here, that's coming off. And then, so what about this? Let's see if this actually works. It's not dry though. I think it has to dry. Let's see. Actually, that's coming off. That's coming off nicely. It's actually working. Can you zoom in here and just show them what I'm seeing? All that baked on pizza looks to be coming up. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably maybe scrape that here a little bit more. That's kind of, oh, it's so cool. All right, but it's not all the way coming up because it's probably just needs to bake on a little bit longer. So I'm gonna mix a little bit more on, and I'm gonna leave it on here, and then I'm gonna come back to it tomorrow, and then we'll probably just go ahead and see what happens from there, because I think it's supposed to do this. The video I watched did not say if it's supposed to look like this or not, but it's clearly working. So bravo, and we'll come back to this later, okay? Thank you. Okay, so we're back. It's about an hour and a half later. I'm anxious to get this off so I can call it a night, but I added more, as you can see here, and it's actually coming off pretty well. The grease, as you can see, so my objective is to go natural while I'm cleaning, so just better all the way around, better for your health, better for the appliance. Okay, so that seems to be working really well. And then this here, so I slathered more in here as in the back too, because a lot of it was coming off, but it was just still a little bit too wet. So I don't know if you can see in there, it's actually working fantastically. Can you see that? So yes, you have to put a little elbow grease into it, but look at the difference. Look at that. That's amazing. So the video that I watched said that it should only take about 15 to 20 minutes to set on there. So my guess is that I probably had the consistency wrong. Probably maybe not as much piled on there as probably what is needed, a little bit less. But look at that. I mean, that's pretty spectacular. So now the object is to get all of that out of there. So I'm just gonna get right in there. Move that around a little bit. Kind of gross. But yes. So I'm gonna just finish this off a little bit this way, because I think that cutting the grease, that didn't sound very good, cutting the grease with this makes a big difference. And then finishing off with a spray of white vinegar. So we're gonna give that a shot, but let me get rid of this. Put that in there. grossness. Probably could take this out, but I have this tied together, so I'm gonna leave it right where it is. However, I'm gonna give a quick vacuum in there. Sorry, I'm gonna go this way. Okay. Although my guess is if you have another way to get that in there, it's probably better than using something like this. All right, so the next step is to spray it. So I filled this up with white vinegar, so you know what I'm doing. Here, a little light spray. And again, try to keep everything off the coil. According to the video anyway. Put my glove back on. I'm gonna do this first before I use the rag. But look at that, it's not like new, but it's way better than it was. And again, I think if I use the right, consistency, it probably would have been better. So I'm gonna say I probably give that video, and I don't wanna say whose name it is. So I'm, not into endorsing anybody necessarily, but the video I'm gonna say probably gets a 9, which is pretty high as far as I'm concerned, because that worked, that worked really great using the wrong ingredient, or the right ingredient, just the wrong amounts. So that's it. 3 ingredients, all natural: water, white vinegar, and baking soda. All right, there you have it. Just when you think you saw the last of me, I just had to show you this because I took a wet cloth, a yellow, with some warm water and wiped the rest of that out, and I am absolutely amazed. What do you think, Brent?
Looks great.
I mean, that's pretty spectacular. Can you get a close-up in there? I mean, based on all natural, and it really, I mean, honestly, if I probably, like I said, had the consistency right and left it on maybe a little bit longer and maybe did this area here, I'm very, very much impressed. So I'm going to give that video, instead of a 9, I'm going to give it a 10. Okay, so this is what we do with appliances at home. So while you're buying your house and you're looking at, your options out there, this is what we're doing on the inside. All right, see you soon.